playing records, and I thought that's what I do best is share music. So I thought I'd just talk for a minute because I'm listening to some of my favorites right now. Just as I was about to drift off and go to bed, I just thought to myself, tonight I've actually been listening to several things that are just favorites, so I'll just show you. I'm listening to the band Thompson Angels right now, Chasing Shadows. Love this band. And I don't remember what interview it was, but an early interview with the band U2. The Edge says plainly in the interview how in the early touring days he was quite taken with Stephen Fellowes' guitar sound from the Thompson Angels, and that's where he got the idea for his big sound. He said it himself. Thompson Angels is one of those bands that is in the shadows. Fantastic band. I played this earlier, Ends by Thompson Angels, which is a Dutch compilation of some early singles. Excellent. Do the Empty House. I played the first side of this 3 times. Independence Day, Do the Empty House. It's history. I loved this band and those songs. These are some of my sentimental favorites. I'm going to turn this side back over and play side A because that's the side I really like. Might get blocked in some countries because I'm playing music, but Thompson Angels, UK band, started in the 70s through the 80s and 90s. Just always on the cusp of making it, and just they were really about the music. They tried to play the game. There is the game of entertainment, of selling yourself, of going to the market. They tried to play the game. They tried to wear the right clothes, change their image, put out singles. The music stands up to the test of time. Now, this is 1987 here. Excellent. Was also playing, actually vibing about the band The Chameleons. And so I just have this one here sitting out, up and down escalator, autographed from when I played with Mark Burgess in 2006. I think it was solo. Great band. But the other band I was getting off on earlier was Porcupine Tree, because as you know, I just bought this Steven Wilson cover version. Really like this, and I pulled one of them that I have. I have cover version 3, clear vinyl. And I haven't actually listened to determine which song is cover version 3 on here, but the B-side is 4 Trees Down on Tone Float Records. And they just have one other. They just have 2 of the cover versions. But I was listening to some Porcupine Tree, excuse me, and I think I've already put them away, but I can grab them right quick. I was showing this online, Staircase Infinities. This is an early, rare CD of theirs, 1995. You do like Yellow Hedgerow Dreamscape on here. And some folks were remarking how they had never seen this before at all. There's a young Steven Wilson. Let me turn the music down. I was also sharing with folks that I came to Porcupine Tree by way of the band Japan, actually, collecting David Sylvian, Richard Barbieri, and Steve Jansen. Jansen and Barbieri ended up doing some work with Steven Wilson's band No Man. So I first heard No Man, which I really didn't like that much, actually, but there was something there with the music. I didn't like that guy's voice, Tim Burgess, and that led me to Porcupine Tree. And I'll pull them because they're right here. I was listening, I played Played Signify. Played almost all of this. Excellent. I think this might have been the first Porcupine Tree album I bought on CD when it came out, or shortly after. Love that cover and that technique. Lamination, is that, I believe someone told me? Really nice. Spot laminating. Killer. This is a really good album. Really, really like this. I also played Lightbulb Sun, which is, I'm gonna almost got this in. There we go. Let me put this away right quick. And then I'll played Lightbulb Sun. The song "The Rest Will Flow." Great song. Porcupine Tree, Lightbulb Sun. This is a limited edition, numbered and kind of a creamy, almost white vinyl. Yeah, this is Porcupine Tree getting it together. They're the kind of band that I get sucked into. I'll listen and then I want to hear some more, and then I want to hear some more, and then I can put them on repeat as well. The same with the band that I'm listening to now, Thompson Angels. They really are a favorite. Really are a sentimental favorite, a band that at the time that they were going strong, I played them a lot. Played the records a lot. Also sitting out here from earlier tonight was talking about Jack Bruce. I haven't played this yet tonight, but Jack Bruce, it turns out, has a brand new solo album on. I listened to it online because I saw my friend John Chartrand, who bought a limited edition CD from me today, which these are available, folks, and I'm telling you, I've made one of the best records of the year. That's not a cocky thing. It is. I can be objective. I listen to a lot of music. This stands up so far. This is one of the best records made this year. Get yours today. I'm serious. But I pulled this to show an early Jack Bruce album, Things We Like, on the jazz side with John Heisman, John McLaughlin, Dick Hextall Smith. This is excellent. Jack, I'm primarily known as a bass player. Folks that watch me here who don't know me from Omaha and just know that I'm a record. I've been playing music since the 70s and primarily a bass player in a lot of different bands. And the bass player that inspired me to want to play bass originally was Jack Bruce. He was the guy that said, I want to play bass. From hearing and seeing him in Cream, mind-blowing as a teen. Joe Chia over in Singapore sent this to me as VCLT many moons ago. Squack It. Chris Squire and Steve Hackett. Autographed version. Thank you so much, my brother. And I played this a couple times today because this is just darn good. This Genesis type of music is part of who I am. It really is. It's just part of what is right musically for me. And I love this album. Almost every song, love it. Someone had mentioned the band The Neutrons, Black Hole Star. I haven't played this, but this is a fantastic album featuring many members of the band Man from the 70s. Neutrons, Black Hole Star. Just really good. My CD version of Signify is sitting out, so I'll show that right quick too. Double CD version. Love this band. Sitting out, because I was talking about him, is My Bloody Valentine, a 7-inch version of To Hear Knows When, backed with Shallow on Creation Records. This is sitting out, I haven't played it, but Johnny Marr Upstarts with Psychic Beginner. Bought this at the show when I saw him last year live. It was great. I just wanted to share music. Here's an order going out for the CD. I will end on a musical note by pushing this. I got numbered. These actually are for promo, and but these are numbered. Flyover and with a printed disc and everything. Nice disc with the graphic from the cover on it. Extra track only available on here, and a good track on top of that. I'll end by talking again more about music, strictly music. How about that? I had a great meeting today with an older musician, but a musical giant of Omaha. His name is Curly Martin. He's a drummer. Primarily has played blues and jazz, but he's played with some greats. He was a Motown session drummer for many years. He remembers being on a lot of Willie Hutch records. He said he can't remember all the records he's played on. He's also played with Carmen McRae, Brother Jack McDuff, Etta James. Those are people that Curly has played with. We met today. He's looking to do something besides the blues thing that he does. He's still an active musician. This blew his mind. Really liked it. Really. So I'm looking to a project that I've already kind of named it on Facebook, but the idea of a Dereck Higgins supergroup, maybe just the idea is maybe to try to put this ensemble together to do a one-shot thing and see what happens. But I'd love to get a live rhythm section, and that's what we discussed today. I'd like to do a live rhythm section playing some of the tracks up here. As you know, this was all done via computer and my rhythm programming. That you folks that have this, that the beats on this are fabulous, bumping, get you up off your ass, you know what I'm saying? And Curly, who is a no bullshit, old school musician. Man, I had a great talk with him today. Just, man, he's got a wonderful setup. So turned it up loud, sounded great. And then we were just listening, it's like, I can't afford a publicist to write a copy about this. I just know, as a bona fide music lover, completely outside of my ego, I can say that this is just one of the best records that I've heard this year. And I made it. And this giant of a jazz drummer, Curly Martin, I think he's also played with Aretha Franklin. Don't quote me on the last one, but his reaction to my record, because we talked quite a bit before I finally got around to playing it. He's a larger than life figure. I read people. I don't always read people correctly, but in person, that's why I say things like, the way that I'm just communicating with you guys through these videos is somewhat experimental and risky, because I talk to you like I know you and like you know me, but we really don't. And sometimes we'll communicate and it'll get prickly, but we just have to talk and then everything settles down. But in person, and today, Curly and I were talking in deep, and he's given me a lot of information, and I'm just seeing, that the man has deep knowledge about recording, as well as a lot of other things, I'm soaking him up, But then, it's like I had some other meetings, and so I had to kind of say, well, we got time, so let's move to this. And as we're getting ready to play the disc, I can just tell by body language and how we're talking that he's not expecting it was like, oh, oh my goodness. Oh, really? Yeah. No, this music ain't no bullshit, folks, So it's not my ego, My ego's in here, but when I'm telling you about the music is an objective voice about good music. Telling you how good this record is. And I don't even have a vinyl copy right here to show. I don't. I didn't even have one over there because I pulled those and sold those, but so I'll end on that because I'm mighty proud of it. And listening to some favorite music tonight. Music is the healer. Music is the healer. One more thing about music, usually during the day, I had to do a lot of driving today, and I try not to drive much. My car is actually barely driving. It's a 96 Toyota Corolla, but it's rusted out. I haven't taken the best care of it. I've kept it running, but anyway, so the cassette don't work in it, just the radio. I try to listen to NPR, but in the afternoons they play this old blues or jazz, which is just, I understand that they're trying to, I don't know what they think they're doing, but anyway, it's tired to me. So I flip to the rock stations, and the two main rock stations, even though they play, one is an oldie station, but the other one is supposed to be classic mixed with the best of today's rock, but it's like listening to it is like being in a time warp. But as I was listening to this music, it's like you can't get past Billy Joel or Elton John or the Eagles or Pat Benatar, and it's so milk toast white, and it's so Reagan-esque, and it's like, it just, again, I'm still talking about music. I'm a little bit of a social commentary here. The idea that this isn't some kind of social engineering, that this is the box of music that is presented here in this really redneck, red Midwestern state, the primary stations that have been going forever. It's a very tight window of music that they play, and on the rock station, besides the so-called new stuff that you hear, which is, I mean, you're always hearing Van Halen and AC/DC, and Alice in Chains, and that's not a diss, but it's like you don't even hear Slayer. I mean, now to think about it, do they even play Megadeth? I mean, it's really such a controlled perspective on what popular music is supposed to be. Real quick commentary. It's still about music. I've had someone try to tell me or counter to me in a comment not that long ago where I was bitching about this, that all the radio is doing is just boiling down and reflecting back what people really want. And my contention with that is that besides the part of that is true, there has been an amount of engineering going on. It's like certain records just don't get played, and there was a time when it was a much wider band of what was happening regionally with pop and music, and even soul after a while, when black music finally started to get on the radio, where it was actually somewhat more reflective truly of what people would listen to. But I allowed myself to listen, to see, again, asking myself, have I just become a crotchety old man with some of these attitudes? Sorry to say, but the answer is no. It's like I'm just following my path, which I explained to a person a few videos ago. I'm just trying to respond real honestly and openly to what is before me. That's all. This is about music, wasn't it?